So as the build-up for FIFA 23 has now begun, it's fair to say that EA have been quite coy and quite quiet regarding the new release. We haven't had much in the way of announcement stuff and much in the way of information so far. So in this video today, I wanted to talk to you guys about what we currently know about the next installment of the FIFA franchise. What can we expect from the final FIFA before EA go their own way and end up making their EA Sports FC game and split from FIFA. My name's Ash, you'll know me as Brommer18, and on this channel we talk all things football video games, a lot of which is FIFA itself. So if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I upload a video, and then you won't miss any new uploads. On that note, let's talk about any new features that we can expect. So whilst there haven't been much in the way of announcements, as I kind of alluded to there are some things that we do know about the game, and I also want to talk about some kind of rumours and leaks as well that haven't been verified. We don't know for certain if there will be in the game, but they are picking up a little bit of traction on social media and on the internet as a whole, so I thought it is kind of worth just discussing them very quickly on top of that. For anyone who hasn't done so already, check out the links down below to my Patreon. On there you can get access to a range of fantastic perks such as exclusive FIFA tactics videos, behind the scenes videos, exclusive access to videos, and all sorts of stuff, access to my fantasy leagues which will be coming out very soon, and all sorts as well. On that note, let's talk about the features. So then, first things first, what do we know will be in the game for FIFA 23? Well, for one, let's talk about cross-platform. In particular, being able to play with people on other platforms. We believe it is almost guaranteed at this point that it will be in FIFA 23. If not, it will certainly be in EA Sports FC for EA Sports 24, whatever it may be. However, I think it's pretty nailed on at this point that it's going to be in FIFA 23. So how do we know this? Because EA did recently run a cross-play platform test on FIFA 22. Some of you may have seen it already. And it's clear to see that they've got things well in the water and they are really looking to press ahead with this. It's something we've seen across a whole range of different games. Most notably though, compared to FIFA, would be Konami's release of eFootball. They really bigged up to being able to play cross-platform across any sorts of devices, not just consoles but also mobile as well. And it's fair to say that EA are obviously going to want a piece of that pie. So as a result, we know that cross-platform is almost certainly going to be in FIFA 23. And that's something that's definitely going to be a big step in the right direction. That's definitely a feature that I can get behind. I think everyone else can as well in this kind of day and age. You expect it not to be a limiting factor. So that's definitely something we know is coming very soon. Number two, what we can also expect is them to continue with the HyperMotion technology. Now that won't mean a lot to some people, but they really bigged it up in the FIFA 22 reveal and the release last year. And there's a reason for that, because what it's supposed to do is actually very important for the gameplay. However, we didn't really see it really kind of kick in and take off last year. We didn't really see the effects in FIFA 22, at least positively. It's supposed to be able to recreate every player on the pitch, get that true to life movement, but also not just on the ball, off the ball as well. How is the entire team reacting to different situations and the movement of the ball, etc. It's fair to say that obviously it didn't really take off for FIFA 22, but they are going to press ahead with this and really try and nail it down. So as a result, expect them to try and big that up and really kind of show it to be even better this year. Going back to the consoles for a second, we can also expect them to still be on the previous generation of consoles. That would be the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. EA won't be ready to kind of turn their noses up at that yet and focus on the next generation of consoles, or the current gen, which would be the Series X, Series S, and also the PlayStation 5. They're still going to press on ahead with that. I would expect probably for EA Sports FC 24, when that comes out next year, you may see a situation where they kind of take it to the next generation of consoles, because they're looking at that and thinking, you know, this is how we're going to make a statement. We want the game to look as brilliant as it can possibly be, so they're going to kind of make it for next gen then. But for this year, I would say again, almost a certainty that we can see it on the previous generation of consoles. Something else that we can all look forward to and get our teeth stuck into will be the World Cup DLCs. And I say DLCs plural because we're not just looking at the Men's World Cup, we're also looking at the Women's World Cup as well. For FIFA 23, both of them will feature as additional DLC, and now it's free of charge. Remember back in the day, particularly the 2010 South Africa World Cup is the game I'm thinking of, where they sold it as a different game. This time along, and what we've had recently for 2014 and 2018, is it's free DLC. It comes with FIFA, the base game. So as a result, we can expect a DLC for both FIFA 23 on the Men's World Cup and the Women's World Cup as well. Now what that also means is not just obviously the added game modes, the players, etc. You can also expect more stadiums. You'll have all the stadiums in the Qatar World Cup will be in the game, just as it was done in the 2018 with the Russian stadiums. So again, more content, more stuff for cosmetically at least, for us to get stuck into, which is going to be very exciting. I have to say, the World Cup DLCs are something that I really do look forward to, and I know a lot of people do too. Let's talk about that for a minute, what we just spoke about with the Russian stadiums in the World Cup DLC for the 2018 World Cup. Now, obviously, they did have a lot of Russian stadiums in the game. They had the Russian League, etc. I think, you know, we're not trying to get too political here with things that are going on in the world. We've also seen, obviously, they're looking to kind of draw back on that as well. So we can safely assume, and we've seen it kind of, them alluded to it as well, that the Russian League, the Russian teams and the stadiums will be removed from the game for FIFA 23. So as a result, you can expect none of them to be in the game for the next installment. In terms of the features themselves, we've actually kind of already got an inkling into what we can see, because I recently released a video about whether or not, with the beta for FIFA 23, had they kind of just done a soft release of that in FIFA 22 with their new patch update. And it looks like they kind of have. With the gameplay features they're introducing, new skill moves, differing kind of knuckleball shots and driven shots, etc. They're making changes to that, and I think it's a very, very safe bet that this is kind of testing the water ahead of FIFA 23. They're slowly introducing these features, and that's what we can expect. So go and have a look at the most recent patch update, and also check out the video I did covering it, and any patch updates they do from now for FIFA 22 up until the release of FIFA 23. You can safely assume and expect that those are features planned for FIFA 23. So anything they reveal now, you know that that will be in the gameplay ahead of next year's release. So we've spoken about what we know. What about rumours, the ones that are picking up the most kind of circulation on social media? Now please do bear in mind, take these with a hint of skepticism. We don't know if they're true for sure. A lot of them are from kind of popular pages on Twitter and social media, etc. You know, I'm kind of skeptical of some of these myself, but it's worth mentioning and just seeing what you guys think. First things first is no chemistry in the game mode that we don't mention very rarely on this channel, at least. Obviously chemistry has been something right the way from the very start of the game mode in Ultimate Team up until now. Obviously you have to have the same nations or the same leagues, the same teams, etc. for players to be able to link together. It seems, and a lot of pages are picking up on this, they are doing away with that. They want to be able to mix any kind of nation, any league and any player essentially together. This will be quite a fundamental change. It will change the kind of coding and the algorithm you'll see with how your team performs, how each individual player performs as well. So this is quite a big thing, and it would be a big move. It's picking up a lot of traction on social media from different social media FIFA related pages. So I think there could be some legs in this one for sure. A lot of people are doubling down on this, so we'll see how that one goes. Moving on to the best of the modes, career mode that is. There's been talk of a kit editor, being able to edit your team's kit in career mode year on year, being able to add kind of fake sponsors, generic sponsors, etc. created for in the game. Again, treat this one with a little bit of skepticism. A lot of the career mode rumours pages came from pages where, you know, a lot of stuff they said was wrong. There was one page that said where the release was going to be announced in June. Obviously, we've gone past June and that didn't happen, and they tried to double down on that and backtracked on that. So there are issues, again, treating this with skepticism, but that is definitely a rumour coming up. On top of that, for career mode, there is also a lot of noise about the likes of contracts and social media, being able to renew your contracts in player career mode as well as in manager career mode, and on top of that being able to utilise a social media element, which is something they dabbled in with the Journey and with Volta. It looks like, and I think this one could definitely be possibly true with how they've kind of developed it in the journey and kind of try and push it out there, it looks like they're going to try and integrate that into the career mode as well, both player and manager career mode. So that's at least the rumours, and we'll see how that one plays out. So what do you guys think? What are you expecting ahead of FIFA 23? Are you expecting much in the way of feature changes? I have to say I'm a little bit kind of pessimistic because of the fact I think they're going to be trying to save some stuff for when it goes to EA Sports FC next year. They're going to want a lot of big hitters to be able to say this is a new game, this is a new direction, and we've got this and this to be able to put into this game, which means maybe for FIFA 23 we see something a little bit more drawn back. That would be a real kind of disappointment to see, but hopefully my pessimism is misplaced and we get something pretty decent. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. If you've enjoyed this video, you want to see more, get regular updates on FIFA 23 and other football games as well, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I upload a video. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it, and check out the links down below. Links to our Patreon, lots of fantastic perks on there. I think you'll really enjoy them if you go and check that one out. Great way to support the channel as well. And a link to my Twitter, where you can follow me on there, and hopefully I can tweet some content that you might actually enjoy. So on that note, we're going to round it off there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.